Want to play a game that's really challenging?
You can be the red, and you can be the green, and you can be the yellow, and you can be the blue.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cheap Noise in the House, the channel where we talk about electronic games and music production. I'm Cheap Noise and survey says I'm in the house, and it just occurred to me that this channel has now over 75 subscribers. And I know that a lot of people might say I have over 1 million subscribers, so that's not a big deal. But this channel, for me, that's absolutely wild. That's nuts. Because when I started this channel, I had no idea where it could go because I knew that electronic games were basically dead at this point because there's not a lot of electronic game releases, especially today. But just the fact that, let alone like 75 people of you clicked on one of my videos and tuned in regularly, that means a lot to me. So I really wanted to say thank you to not only people that subscribe, but people that watched one of my videos or even just a part of one of my videos. It means a lot, and yeah, really want to thank you all. And to celebrate that milestone, we have this here. This is called Speed Slider, and to my knowledge, it doesn't have any videos about it on YouTube. So this might be a first, although I'm not quite sure. But this game was released by Wild Planet. Now, you might know Wild Planet for releasing the Hyper Dash, which was a kind of a popular game released in, well, popular for electronic games, that is, released in 2006. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, it was released in 2006, and it really caught on. And to my knowledge, this game came out in the early 2010s when the company was on the verge of bankruptcy. So yeah, it's got rushed to market, basically, and it's not really finished. It has a lot of bugs and a lot of things that doesn't make any sense. But that's why I like it, because it's really out there for one of the weirdest games, and one of the rarest games as well. This was sent to me by Pixel XQ, so Pixel, thank you so much for sending this to me. And yeah, let's go on to the video. So, it has this silver outline, which the Hyper Dash also had. And then it has this rubber band here around the whole dome shape of the unit. And that's basically so you can kick it. You're supposed to kick the unit, although it doesn't really make any sense, and I'm not going to kick it in this video because I really don't want to break it, especially because there's no like rolling mechanism on the other side. On the other side, you have the battery compartment and these holes here that is just for a stand that I didn't find in the box, but that he did send me. And then on the front of the unit, well, on the top of the unit, I should say, there's these 5 buttons. So there's a yellow and 1 button, there's a blue 2 button, green and 3 button, and yellow, orange and 4 buttons. And then on the top, you have a 5 red button. On this end, you have the speaker in between the 1 and the 4 buttons. And on the other hand, you have some controls. So this is to turn on the game, so turn the game on and off. It basically works like the Hyper Dash's power switch. So turn it on, you just press it. To turn it off, you press it and hold for about 3 seconds. Then this button here is for selecting things in the menu, although it's not really necessary, because if you want to start a game from scratch, you can only, you just have to press a designated button for each game. Then you have this arrow here, which is basically to scroll through options in the menu, so to scroll through games and players and levels. And that's basically it. So this has 5 games in it, and I'm going to explain the first game to you, which is Speed Slider. So Speed Slider basically works like Hyper Dash. It gives you a number or a color to target. You press the designated button. Sometimes it gives you more complicated stuff, like an equation. So let's say 2 plus 3. In this case, you need to hit 5, or 3 minus 1, you need to hit 2. Sometimes it gives you directions. So apparently they decided that blue is front, and yellow is right, and green is left. It doesn't really make any sense, does it? Because if you're kicking it around, it will constantly change directions. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And then this is also the top, so the red button is the top. Then it can ask you for a double-digit number. So let's say if it says 35, you need to hit 3, then 5. And then it can say dribble. When it says dribble, you need to go back and forth between 2 buttons on the opposite end. Then it can say double top tap, where you need to hit the top twice. And I think that's it. So I'm going to play Speed Slider for you.
Let's kick it. Choose game. Speed Slider.
You can directly go to Speed Slider if you hit the 5 button, which doesn't really make any sense, because I would assume it would start with 1, but no, it starts with 5.
Level 1. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top. 5 to begin. Yellow.
Let's listen to the music.
Speed Slider. Level 1. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top to begin. Yellow.
Let's listen to the music.
Speed Slider. Level 1. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top to begin. Yellow.
So a really good track, but massively hindered by the loss of quality.
Red.
Yeah, the sound quality on this thing is
Orange.
not that good, especially for the music.
Blue. Mad skills. Your time is 21 seconds. Level 1. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top to begin. 4.
That gives it a number
2.
and colors.
Yellow. Orange. Green. Orange. Nice skills. Your time is 13 seconds.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the same game, but I'm going to select level 4 so you can hear the different music and the different commands that it has.
Let's kick it. Choose game. Speed slider. Choose player 1. Player. Choose level. Level 1. Level 2. Level 3. Level 4. Level 4. Ready?
If you want a
Let's
different
kick
level,
it.
you
Tap
need
the
to
top
go
begin.
through the menu, unfortunately.
13.
Let's listen to the music. Again, good track, but really bad quality. So
1 plus 1.
so that's 2.
Top.
Top.
Dribble.
Dribble, which is go back and forth between 2 buttons. If it gives you like 2 digits or something like that, you can't hit the buttons
Front.
one directly after the other because it won't register. Like if I try,
Orange.
it will only register like if it's been a second in between
Right.
the different buttons presses.
35. 2 plus
Oh,
2 plus 2.
well that happens when you miss.
1 plus 2. 3. 24.
24,
2.
2,
13.
13,
1 plus 1.
that's 2,
Top.
top,
Dribble.
dribble again.
Sweet move. Your time is
And yes,
71 seconds.
that was a different voice.
4. Ready? Let's
So, yeah.
kick it. Tap the top to...
Okay, I'm going to turn it off. You turn it off, as I said, by holding it down for about 3 seconds. There you go. Now, the next game is called Speed Tap. And basically, what you need to do is tap the top as many times as you can in the fixed amount of time that it gives you. So, level 1, it gives you 5 seconds, and you need to hit it like this for as many times as you can for that amount of time. So, 5 seconds. Again, there's a little bug here, because you can't really hit it like... You can't go really hammering and like go really fast on it because the sound needs to finish before it registers another hit. So you can only hit it that fast. So you can't really go faster in this game. So I'm gonna turn it on.
Kick it. Choose game.
I can select Speed Tap by hitting the 1 button, which again doesn't make any
Ready?
sense.
Let's kick it. Top tap. Right foot, then left. As fast as you can. Ready? Begin.
As you can see, it didn't register even though I pressed the button.
Sweet move. You tap the top 34 times in 5 seconds. Level 2. Ready? Let's kick it. Top tap. Right foot, then left. As fast as you can. Ready? Begin.
So now it gives you 10 seconds.
Sweet move. You tap the top 65 times in 10 seconds.
And that's basically it for Speed Tap. Now, the next game is called Speed Keep Away, and again, it's a game that doesn't really make sense, because you're supposed to kick it around and keep it away from a certain player, except you can just hit the top, and it will register as if the player has caught it. So, again, it doesn't really make sense, but I'm going to let the game explain this one, because it does do a better job at explaining it more than I do.
Let's kick it. Choose game.
So, to
Speed
select Speed Keep Away,
Speed keep away.
you hit
Keep
2.
away from player 1. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top to begin.
So at this point, because it's a 2-player game, the second player would throw it around, which would make these sounds. And if the player 1 catches it, hit the top.
Sweet move. You got it in 7 seconds. Switch player. Keep away from player 2.
And then the other player.
Sweet move. You got it in 3 seconds. The fastest time is 3 seconds. Player 2 wins the round. Keep away.
And that's
from
basically
player
it.
1 level.
So it doesn't really make sense, and does it? Now, the next game is kind of like Speed Slider, except if you choose Speed Slider on multiplayer, you will have different times for different player, and the player will basically compete against each other. Except the next one is called Speed Pass, and the players are in teams. So again, it doesn't really make sense, because if you wanted to play in teams, you just have to play Speed Slider 1 player. But yeah, you can select 2 to 6 players, and they will all play in the same teams as each other. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to show you this quickly. You can hit 3 for speed pass.
1. Let's pass it. Tap the top to begin. Orange.
So again, it's just like Speed Slider, except now
Blue.
you're supposed to pass it around.
Orange. Nice skills. You passed it in 9 seconds. Level 1. Ready? Let's pass it. Tap the top to begin.
And that's basically it. So I'm going to turn it off because there's really nothing to see here. And then we come to the final game, which is basically Simon. It's called Memory Slider, and it will give you 5 colors to memorize. So it will start with 1 command and then add 1 more, just like Simon does. And you have 4 lives in this game. Or as far as I know, you have 4 lives. It kind of depends on if the game feels like giving you 4 lives, to be honest. But when the game is over, you don't get your score at the end. So you really need to count your way, count how many you have done while you're doing it. So again, there's not really any point of playing this game because you don't have a score at the end.
Let's kick it.
But it kind of works.
Memory slider. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top to begin. Yellow.
So yellow.
Yellow. Green.
So now yellow and green.
Yellow. Green. Red.
And you keep continuing like this
Yellow. Green.
until
Red. Green.
you mess up 4 times.
Nice skills.
And every time you do 4, it will
Red. Green.
give you a comment.
Yellow. Yellow. Green. Red. Green. Yellow. Blue.
I'm going to mess up.
Yellow. Green. Red. Green. Yellow. Blue. Yellow. Green.
This could take a while.
Red. Green. Yellow. Blue. Yellow.
Last life.
Green. Red. Green. Yellow. Blue. Sweet move. Memory slider. Ready? Let's kick it. Tap the top to begin.
And that's it. I'm going to turn it off. Now, a problem that I had with this game is, especially on Speed Slider on level 4, because on level 4 you have some invalid rounds. If you mess up too many times, you need to restart the round and you can't beat the game. Except, even if the round is invalid, it will say something like sweet moves or mad skills, or it will give you a comment regardless. So it's kind of deceptive in this sense that you don't really know if you've done it right or not. As the same thing occurs when you're playing Memory Slider. You could have 0 points in it saying sweet moves, and it doesn't really make sense, does it? Because you haven't done any commands right. So yeah, that's Speed Slider. Again, it's a very rare and very weird game in the sense that it's kind of buggy and unfinished, but if you can find it for cheap, I really recommend it. It's really fun to play, and unlike the Hyperdash, because I know that a lot of people are scared of downsampling and creep talking, this can't creep talk apparently, and I would know, because I was really scared of the Hyperdash, and this doesn't do it. So yeah, Speed Slider, really interesting game, and that's it for this video. So until next time, cheers!
Yes.